biggest thing going on between men and women is this. Men don't understand women, and women, which really surprised me years ago is I remember one woman goes, I don't understand my husband. I'm like, what do you mean? It was about 10 years, maybe 12 years ago. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, when he talks, I don't understand him. And that really is where I want to start out this segment. A lot of guys talk to women assuming, well, she understands me. Guys, I'm telling you, she doesn't understand you. I'm telling you, women look at you like, what are you saying? Here's why. Our brains process communication in two different ways, okay? Yeah, okay, look. If you're one of those people like, oh, I took NLP and I learned the predicate system. I'm not talking about the predicate system. That's nice, but it's nowhere near as powerful and effective and as important as what I'm about to say in this segment, okay? Predicate system's nice. It works. Deep love strategy, that's good too, but what I'm teaching is emotionally fulfilling. That leads to not only love, but also leads to making love, i.e., sex with a woman. And guys just simply don't know how to do it. That's not the deep love strategy. That's not the predicate system. So if you think I'm talking about those things, this is light years ahead of what I learned at NLP. Okay, so a lot of people come to me because, oh, you're an NLP trainer. Yes, I am, very good one. But what I've learned since then from a Buddhist monk is so much more powerful. All right, let's start off here. When men talk to women, here's what's going on. There's two things. The male brain, the left logical male brain, which most men use most of the time because they're pretty much stuck there. And ladies, trust me, most men are in their left brain. And I get clients coming to me all the time, and they can be musicians, artistic, and like, oh, I'm very right brain. And as they do it in a linear way, and I'm like, oh, you're not doing it right now. I can see it. It's like, and how you know is when someone's in their left brain, it's real simple. The pupils are small, the the eyes are pointed or narrow. The pupils are closer together, I should say, meaning they're aiming at a target, at a dot, whether it's 2 feet per. When people look at you like this and lock on your forehead and push you away? All right, that's one way. And the other one is their face gets all linear and all tight like this. And it's going, they point and do stuff like that. So there's a couple different body language things that shows you. So let me adjust real quick. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. I've actually got this computer in my lap right here because it's the only good light. Well, not in the house, but right where I'm at. I like this view. So when a woman's eyes or a man's eyes are dilated, they get big, the pupils get big, and they pull apart slightly. You'll notice their face relaxes. Their movements are more smooth and round versus pointy and herky-jerky, okay? And when they move, they sweep across the room because they're seeing a bigger picture versus most men go back and forth like this, and it irritates women, okay? So back to the language. Men, the left brain gets to the point. That's its job. And that was because it was to feed the family in the caveman era. It was designed over thousands and thousands of years, and it's really good at what it does. It's really good in business. It's really good with math because it's all to the point, specific detail. But guys, that is not romantic to a woman. And women are for the most part a left and right brain, so they can shift back and forth. Like I said, the corpus callosum in the last video. So what I'm trying to say right now is, when a man walks in the room, he says a word, a phrase, or sentence, and all the other guys, boom, they understand it. It's automatic. Because men have developed a corpus callosum. I'm sorry, the visual cortex, which is in the back. All I'm trying to say, it's real simple. They've developed that part of their brain, the visual system, a lot more than women have. But women have developed the right side of the brain, the communication, the social brain, the body language, the descriptive, artistic, romantic, much more in depth because their mating system is wired to that. Whereas men, it's wired through the eyes visually, okay? So when a man comes home and says, my day was great, she's looking at him like, what the hell does that mean? And ladies, I remember one lady was real adamant. Oh, no, no, no! I learned never ever to ask a man what does that mean. I was like, what are you talking about? Well, why not? Because I said, I go, well, why don't you? Because she goes, well, I don't understand. Well, why don't you just ask him what does that mean? And she goes, "Oh no, I learned never ever to ask a man what you mean." I'm like, "Well, why is that?" She goes, "Because they flip out." She goes, "They get enraged. Like, what do you mean? What does that mean? I just said it." Because when the left brain says A, it means A. That's it. Nothing more. But guys, you do mean something more, because here's what's going on with the other guys in the room. Okay, so real quick, the visual cortex was developed much more in depth for men because we had to hunt and we also had to fight wars in the caveman era and battles and stuff. We couldn't just go, "Hey Jimmy, he's over there." Well, he just gave your position away. Or the deer's over there. Well, the deer's going to get scared and it's going to run away. Well, you're going to go home hungry. All right. So we developed this. We could literally look at a guy and make a little bit of a nod, and that just said 1,000 words. And that's the whole phrase. A picture says 1,000 words. That's a male phrase. As I was saying this to a client of mine from Napa, he said, "Oh," I'm like, "Well, what?" He goes, "Is that why women always think you're lying?" I said, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, you know the Napa bowling alley." I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm actually from Napa originally. And he goes, "Well, you know when you walk on the side of the building to do the pool tables, pool cues?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about." He goes, "We were going there to meet my girlfriend's friends, her friends." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Well, the minute we walked in the door, they were to the right about 4 or 5 steps. And I go, "Okay." So, but when we walked in, my best friend Jimmy was to the far corner on the far table over there. I'm like, "Yeah." And I looked at him, and he nodded, and I nodded back. And I immediately took a step towards her girlfriend's because that's who we were there to meet, not my friend. I'm like, "Yeah." So he goes, she grabs my shoulder, my shirt, goes, "Hey, aren't you going to go see how Jimmy's doing?" He goes, "I just did. He's fine." No, he goes, "He's fine." She goes, "Why do you always lie to me? Why do you always?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "How could you possibly know that he's doing fine?" And I stopped and wait. He literally said, "I'm fine. Stay away. I've got money on the line and I'm winning the game." He goes, "That's exactly what it was." I could tell by the way he nodded to me when he was responding as if he was Jimmy in that situation. And this is something that women can't do. And this is where there's a lot of confusion between communication between men and women, is because this cortex picks up a lot of body language stuff, but it's the male body language, not the female right body language. And all of a sudden, we could say a word or a phrase, and the other guy, it gets an impact and he feels it and he understands what he's saying. Well, guys, believe it or not, but women want to have that same understanding, that same feeling, but they can't get it through a word, a phrase, or like when you come home from work and she goes, "Hey, how was your day, honey?" You go, "Oh, it was fine. It was good." She's just like, "Well, what happened?" And you're like, "Oh, nothing. I mean, it was a normal day. It was fine. Nothing good, nothing bad." And so the right brain processes through the five senses: see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. Now, here's the thing that you gotta understand. You have to describe that. You can't say I had a great day. She's like, the right brain goes, "Does not compute, does not compute, does not compute." So automatically she goes, "Oh, he's lying." So when you said, you know, "Jimmy's fine," when my client said, "Oh, well, he's fine," she goes, "Why do you lie to me?" Her brain automatically defaults to, "Oh, he's lying. That's why he won't tell me." But ladies, he just, in the male language, he told you in depth. Guys, the problem is she can't understand that because her visual cortex doesn't pick up on your body language like another male would. Okay? So for the right brain language, you have to describe it in depth. What did you see? What did you hear? What did you feel? What happened? A lot of guys, like a woman will say, well, what do you mean? Like, well, what happened?" He's like, "Well, why do you keep digging? Why do you?" And then finally, the man like, "What do you want? The freaking details?" And the answer, guys, is yes. That's exactly, because the right brain. This is one way that it processes. It takes the pieces of the puzzle and it sees one piece and you describe it in detail. Say that's the leaf of a tree, then another one, and then the trunk, and then the roots, and then the grass around it, and then the bushes around it. You have to describe everything in detail and the feelings. Not only what you see, hear, feel, but maybe if you drank something, if you tasted something. Otherwise, she's like, "I have no idea what happened. Why won't he tell me?" And women come to me like, "Well, why won't he tell me?" I'm like, "Well, in the male way, he actually did, but he doesn't understand that that didn't work for you." Hey, this is Mike Colleen. We're going to do more videos in the near future. Go to Mike Colleen, MikeKekollin.com. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code. That's for the men. For women, buy the book, Why Men Just Don't Get It. And then buy the next book, Every Woman's Battle, The Need for Love and Emotional Fulfillment. I'll see you soon. Bye.